Never did I think that Charlamagne Tha God would get his boots smoked on the Breakfast Club by Larry
Why not?
Elder.
Why not?
Because it's crazy. Not saying that he's a super intelligent dude or nothing. I'm just saying, like,
he's intelligent. He knows how to use his words.
But how you get smoked by him? Larry Elder fused with Charlamagne Tha God over Biden's "You Ain't Black" line. Should have been a wake-up call. Let me show the video of how this went down. How Charlamagne got his boots smoked on his own show by somebody who is recognized as, we call him a sellout, a coon, person with views that are very negative as far as how you view black people, or at least politically, at least, maybe even socially. Let me just
What is his views on how he view black people? Do you know? Or are you just saying stuff?
His politics?
What is his politics on black people? What is his views?
There's no such thing as racism, that all it is complaining. There's no need for reparations, that all of our failures are our own. There was no plan. There's no systematic racism that's done anything to handicap us as a community at all. What do you mean? That's his belief.
Can we stop using the God in his name? Very disappointing in the Breakfast Club. Larry shouldn't have been on the platform. Great convo.
I don't mind people talking to people to disagree with. That's me, personally. I listen to people all the time who I do not agree with for the most part. But I'll listen just to see what you're saying.
Well, I'm sure Honorable would say the same reason why Duke just said that Larry Elderly should not be on the Breakfast Club platform because, I called him elderly.
Yeah, I know.
Just repeat what you just said.
I said I listen to people that I disagree with.
After that, when I said, what is his beliefs on black people?
That black people are excuse makers, basically.
Okay. So that's why Honorable Sienna probably would say, why would you put a person on a platform like that who you say has negative views on the black community?
Because if you have the mental capacity, you should be able to get up there and make him look stupid for what he's saying.
But Charlamagne can't fucking do that.
That's my point. If you're going to bring him up there, you need to be able to say something.
Bring the fly, me too, dude. Listen to other views. Tom Green, I believe in reparations, but brothers and sisters are complaining. George.
I believe in reparations, but
he want that damn check. He better hope them fucking floods don't come to California.
The floods. All right, let me play how this went down. I'm not going to put a whole 2-minute clip.
But racist ass Joe Biden and crackling hairs can go on. Exactly, Kiefer.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Nobody said, why the fuck is Joe Biden on his platform? All this shit he's done to affect the black community in a negative way.
But there are people that said that it shouldn't be no there either. When Kamala Harris went up there were a lot of people that said, why is she on the Breakfast Club? When Biden went up there, why is he on the Breakfast Club? Hell, after he said he's not for really, he's been speaking about reparation. When Bernie Sanders went up there, why is he on Breakfast Club? So people did say that. But yeah, let me.
Have you ever heard of the term nigga wake up call?
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded rather brutally by an unexpected act of racism. Have you ever had any of those?
Brother.
Brother. Now keep in mind, Larry Elder is the dude who just ran for office. I believe they did the same thing to him that they tried to do with Trump by pushing Trump as a candidate in 2016, thinking that Hillary would easily beat him. He ended up beating her. I think they pushed him as a candidate in California because they knew Newsom would beat him. Because he doesn't have any real ground support.
Travis always supporting his white lodge daddies named Tom. Take notes, people. Fuck you, George. Get off the fucking plantation.
Well, I'm acutely aware, Charlamagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you got to think a certain kind of way? I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not gonna say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say,
well, you just not talk about a nigger wake-up call, and it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney. Because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, going to put y'all back in chains. And Joe Biden has lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. He lied and said that he tried to visit Nelson Mandela during apartheid South Africa. He did not. And he came in here and told you aren't even black and let you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a nigga wake-up call for you, but it wasn't.
Damn. Damn. Oh my God.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
God damn. And it was crazy is he had it loaded up. He was ready for Charlamagne. He was ready for Charlamagne. He had it loaded up, ready
read
for
honorable comment.
Huh?
Read honorable
Go
comment.
ahead. What?
I'm asking you to read it.
I can't. Larry is beyond disagreement. He's a coon that has learned how to advance himself into the dominant society with this behave oneself out of oppression ideology. All antiquated talking points. Oh,
Now,
I agree.
Kiefer, is he a coon because he doesn't share your same beliefs? Just curious.
No, he's a coon for what he said. I believe he's a sellout for what he said in the Trayvon Martin situation. He went out of his way to condemn him. Like went out of his way. I would love to have Zimmerman as my neighbor or whatever. He went over to the UK and was discussing. He went out of his way.
And
to
I
defend him.
don't share that.
He was saying that he basically was saying he deserved it.
Not everything that he says I agree with. But that doesn't mean some of the things that he says you can't agree with.
Common sense things are easy to agree with. It's common sense. The things he say that make sense are common sense. It's just other stuff that we go, all right, you doing stuff to get on Fox News or to get on one of these places. They're going to put you on camera to say stuff so that you can get a check. When that stuff he said about Trayvon Martin, he said that for a check. No, without it, I believe, in my belief, he said it without a doubt for a check. That was crazy because it didn't make sense.
Common sense ain't common anymore. That's
Black person.
Absolutely correct.
Movie theaters and restaurants and women. And to have a white guy come in here and tell you have to say think a certain kind of way, otherwise you, quote, ain't black? Wow.
How should I have replied to him, you think?
What I just now said, how dare you insult me and tell me I think as a human being, let alone as a black person? I don't tell you how to think, Joe Biden. How dare you come in here and tell me how I should think? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump if I want to vote for Donald Trump. And if I want to vote for Donald Trump, it does not make me not black. 20% of black people, black men, as I said, voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Are they not black now? So only 80% of black people, black men walking around are really black, 20% are not because they voted for Donald Trump? How insulting is that? How condescending is that?
Then talk about the things we can all agree with. Why focus on things we don't agree with?
That's a good point.
Kiefer.
But I can't just dismiss. But see, that's the thing. If you give a strong opinion, people are going to have a strong opinion on your opinion.
I don't care.
So when he gave a strong opinion on that situation, me personally, yeah, I formed a strong opinion on what he said. And I don't really want to hear much from you now.
Did you block Tom Green?
Who?
Are you serious, George? You better have not blocked Tom Green. Did you do that shit?
I don't think you did. All right, now this is Larry Elder being...
She said, just learned after seeing Larry's interview, the conservatives believe that they are independent thinkers. All this time, I thought they were a mob that was indoctrinated with anti-black talking points. Not just because you're a conservative doesn't mean that you think like Larry Elderly.
No. Here's the thing. Whenever you hear somebody say I'm an independent thinker, that means they're independent thinking. Let me say this. When you hear a black person say I'm an independent thinker, sometimes it means I'm a person who think about stuff from a three-dimensional perspective. I might agree more conservatively sometimes. I might agree more liberally sometimes. I am a person who has an opinion. I'm a full person who has full opinions on many different things. But a lot of times when they say I'm a free thinker, what they're saying is I don't agree with the party line of the Democrats and what black people typically believe. When you hear a black person say that, that's typically what they mean. I'm going to agree. I'm going to disagree with a lot of the stuff that the stereotypical things that black people agree with politically. That's usually what free thinker means. Sometimes it means the opposite. It means I'm a person who view things from each perspective individually, but a lot of times it don't.
No, I can't read, George. That's why I don't read your comments. I can't read.
Exactly. I'm a free thinker. I'm a true free thinker. I can listen to somebody I agree with and disagree with and agree with them on some things.
Who you
I
trying
can
to
look
take
at somebody I don't agree with
Who you
and
trying to
agree
take
with them on
shots at?
something, huh? What?
You trying to take shots or are you just saying
Shots at who?
Okay.
Dude, read my comments because Travis covering.
No, I don't read his fucking comments.
Why did Larry go to a predominantly black platform? He knows black women not voting for him. Why come to the Breakfast Club and PR team to put him there so he can get the looks? Well, yeah, he definitely went on the platform just to get a voice. I mean, the Breakfast Club is not as vital to black politics, or it's not the center of black media as it used to be 10 years ago, 6-7 years ago. But it's still important to go there if you're in politics.
If you block Tom, your ranch will be taken away. Go ahead and block Tom. Do it, George. Do it.
I know this is Larry Elder talking about reparations.
Now, because it's in that, all of a sudden, the governor is accused of somehow defending slavery. He's not doing anything of the sort.
Damn right, Kiefer. Damn right.
Yeah, that's true, Kiefer.
Black woman put Joe Biden in the White House.
One that defended slavery. In your comments, you said that, like it or not, slavery was legal in response to reparations. So it's you that was defending slavery, correct?
Defending it and saying that it's illegal are two very different things. Slavery, unfortunately.
Well, that was your response. That was your response into if reparations should happen. So your response to that was, like it or not, slavery was legal, and one would think that was a defense on those who were asking.
Well, you would think it was a defense, but it is not a defense. Unfortunately, slavery has been part and parcel of human history from the very beginning. Asians enslaved Asians, whites enslaved whites, blacks enslaved blacks, Native Americans enslaved Native Americans. There are a lot of people have bloody hands in slavery. Mm-hmm. For example, slavery could not have existed had it not been for African chieftains who were selling black slaves captured in battle or captured through raids and selling them to European and Arab slavers. It could not have existed without that. So everybody has dirty hands here. That's why reparations is such a foolish thing. If you're going to get reparations from the 5% or so of white people that have some sort of generational connection to slavery, and that's all there is, then you need to go back to Africa and get money from African countries that were involved.
We saying that too, though.
Yeah, but not enough people are saying that.
That's true.
Not enough people are saying that.
Slave trade and in the Arab slave trade. And by the way, the Arab slave trade was even worse than European slave trade.
So if they go after the money from the other countries, then would you agree that it would be okay to go after the money from America? Is that your problem with it?
When are you going to stop with this? Everybody has a grievance. I'm answering your question. There's no end. There'll be no end to this because slavery has been part of human history from the very beginning.
So I asked you a very simple question. You said, if you're going to go after it in America, go after it in Africa. So if we all agree to go after it in Africa, will you then agree to go after it in America? It's just a simple question. Yes or no?
No, I won't, because it's a waste of time. We ought to be spending our time on education now because it's in that.
What do you think about his response? Oh, good, you read comments.
Kiefer said, doesn't seem like black women are making good choices for the nation. I can't get behind this nonsense.
Nonsense.
And then she said, and she sounds masculine. They sick the dog on him, perpetuating every stereotype. I love it.
Look at you. I love it.
I love it.
Who the hell is she? Oh, that's the I forgot how to say her name. She the one that be with. She don't only be with him, but I know her from being around Tariq Nasheed. That's how I know her. She's an idiot. That's who she is. No, you could tell that she was getting hot blooded. She wasn't as calm as she needed to be.
Honorable said, I would love to see the look on Larry's face if all African Americans voted red. What do y'all think the new hustle would be?
I always wanted that too. If y'all saying do it your way, if black America, let's say you don't even get the whole 100%. Let's say you get 70% of black men and women to do it your way.
Shout out to Shelly, Papa O'Neilly. Shelly, what up? How you doing?
Shanta, she be with Tariq. No, that's how I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to make it seem like she's only known for that. That's how I know her.
Okay, Honorable Sienna's question.
Oh, I always wanted to question. I was asked that question too. If you get 70% of black people to go the black Republican way, do it their way, how would they react to that?
Brilliantly flawed, talking shit about her hairline.
Would they?
And Honorable Sienna said, "Who the hell is this? Who the hell is she?"
I remember when she put a picture on the internet and she showed she got a big ass and everybody was like, "Oh Lord." She got a little attention for like a day, but then people was like, "This is so unprofessional. Have some decency." She was like, "Y'all just
she
jealous."
Got ass, she can't help it.
She was like, "Y'all just jealous of these men." Like,
he said her name is
Tezin.
Tezin.
I think you spell it with I think it's like T something YLN. Teslin.
Grassroots definitely want West African to pay for participating in the trade. Now the question you were asking me, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How do you think they would react? What Honorable said. If you 70%, this is 70% of black American men and women.
You're saying how would the conservatives act?
how the black Republicans would react to that?
I would think they feel like they've accomplished something.
But what would they expect to change? Okay, they vote Republican.
Well, then the pressure would be on the Republican Party to start giving us what's the word I'm looking for?
No. They don't believe in any give you something. They would say policy as in more criminal.
Well, not all of them believe that. Not all conservatives believe that.
I'm not saying all. I'm talking about a particular sect, obviously.
We can't just talk about one particular. Shout out to KD.
Oh, what up, KD?
We can't just go with one sector of the conservatives, because some conservatives do believe we are owed reparations and want tangibles.
That's true.
So we just can't go with one.
But when you say black conservative, you know who you're talking about.
No, I don't know who I'm talking about.
All right. Now we're going to play. We don't know. All right.
Never trust a big butt and a smile. That's not true. That is not true, Shantae. Look, Joe, I trust big butts and smiles.
And that's why I'm here today.
Oh, shit.
Big butt maybe smile for a while.
She definitely emotional. Shout out Honorable Sienna giving a hand. That is she answering a question? She raising her hand?
I'm saying hello to somebody, man.
Oh, okay.